I'm back! Take two. Okay, this is my second time filming this video because I didn't like the first one because I was blabbering all over about everything and like some of the stuff I said didn't even make any sense. So here we go again. Sorry I haven't been updating you because as the weeks were going by, so my boyfriend's now in week 4. He's ending week 4 of his boot camp. He'll be ending week 4 on Monday. So it's Friday. It's like very, very close. He'll be ending week 4 soon. But I'm sorry I haven't been updating you as the time has been going by because the first 2 weeks there wasn't much for me to update you on. I didn't really know anything that was going on his end, so I couldn't really talk about anything, and nothing besides school was going on my end, so there was nothing to talk about. And then week 3 there was something to talk about, but I decided I would wait to talk about it because I didn't have any time to film a video last week. So here we are on week 4, and I'm ready to talk to you guys. So this is an update on the Coast Guard boot camp, weeks 1 through 4, but from a loved one's point of view. So as I said in my last video, my boyfriend shipped out on Tuesday, September 12th, 2017. And that Tuesday is considered the first day of boot camp. However, I don't consider it the first day of boot camp because he was able to call me and text me while he was traveling to Cape May. On his end, as a recruit, he probably considers it his first day of boot camp because when he arrived there around 7 p.m. at night, they were, from the information I've read, they were up and doing paperwork probably and, I don't know, getting introduced to their temporary company commanders and whatnot. They were doing all those stuff that night until 12:30 in the morning. So for him, it was his first day of boot camp, but I've been counting since the Wednesday. So his first week started Tuesday and it ended the following Sunday. So it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's 6 days. Yes, 6 days. So his first week was 6 days long. For me, it felt like 5 days because, like I said, I was in contact with him that Tuesday. His first week, we did not hear from him. Not me or his family, his mom or his dad. We didn't hear from him. And then Monday, I need a calendar. Hold up. All right. Hi. Okay. So Monday, September 18th was the beginning of week 2. We didn't hear from him week 2 either, which was 6 days long from Monday, September 18th to Sunday, September 24th. We didn't get any letters. We didn't get any phone calls, which when it comes to boot camps, no phone calls is always good news. A phone call, bad news, unless it's week 6 or week 7, but we haven't hit week 6 or week 7 yet. So at the point that we were during week 2, we didn't want any phone calls, but we also didn't get any letters, which we would have liked, but it's okay, because I don't think they had time to write yet. Then Monday, September 25th started week 3 for the recruits. My boyfriend is in Coast Guard recruit company Charlie 195. Every week is a different company, so the company that's 1 week behind him is recruit company Delta 195, and the recruit company that's it works out that they're 2 weeks ahead of them because they didn't bring in a company during Labor Day weekend week. The company that's ahead of him is Bravo 195. Okay, so this is like my 3rd time filming now. Monday, September 18th was the beginning of week 2. We did not hear from him. Monday, September 25th marked the beginning of my boyfriend's week 3 in boot camp. And this was the week that we received letters. So I got my first letters Wednesday, September 27th. I got 3 letters from him. 2 were from Sunday, September 24th. 1 was from Monday, September 25th. First letter he wrote me that Sunday, he told me that they started receiving mail as early as their first Monday there. So they started, my boyfriend's recruit company at least, started receiving mail very early into the process, which was not what we were told. because that would have been the beginning of week 2. We were told that they don't receive mail until the end of week 2 or the beginning of week 3. So that was music to my ears because I knew that he had gotten letters from me very early on, and I knew that he had letters right away. It's not like he was waiting for us to send letters. We started sending, his family and I started sending as soon as he shipped out. In one of those letters he wrote me, he told me that they get divine hours on Sunday from 8 a.m. to 12:30. That's, I guess, when they have the most time to write. I guess that's when they get the most time to write. So that's when he wrote to me. I don't know how he wrote to me on that Monday. I didn't think that they had time to write during the week. Like, I just didn't expect that to be a thing. But I guess they do. I got my letters on Wednesday, September 27th. His mother got her letter on Thursday, September 28th. And then Friday passed and we didn't hear anything. And Saturday passed and we didn't hear anything. Sunday, no mail comes. But Sunday's when he gets Divine's hours again. So Sunday, October 1st, he had his second weekend or second Sunday of Divine hours. And we were expecting him to write. However, on Monday I got a letter, October 2nd. And it would not have gotten here in time if it was from Sunday, October. Like, it would not get here on Monday if it was from Sunday, October 1st. So when I got home from school and I opened the letter, it was from Tuesday, September 26th, our 7 months, and whoever is in charge of mailing on Cape May's end did not mail it until that Friday, the 29th, until Friday the 29th. So I got it this Monday here. I also got mail on Thursday, which was yesterday, from this Sunday. But he wrote on Sunday, and it wasn't mailed out until this Tuesday. So here's the stuff I'm going to tell you about mailing your Coast Guard recruit. And I can't talk for other branches of the military because I'm not sure what their process is. But I'm going to talk about mine. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about all my letters. Not the content that's in them, just some good information that he gave me that I would like to share with you guys, and some good information on how to actually write these letters. All right. I took to this really easily because I love to write, and I love handwriting things. I think it means more. So I write letters in an envelope on like loose leaf paper like this, and I send them to him. However, every letter I write, I only write a 1-page letter, and sometimes it goes onto the back, but I try to keep it short because I want him to be able to read quickly and still have time to write me back or write his parents back. But with every letter I write, I date it, the day and the date. I put a time on it, like if I started writing at 8:33 a.m. and I finished writing at 9:15 a.m. And I put the bootcamp day number, so like bootcamp day number 15. This way it's easy for us when he gets back, if we want to save the letters, it's easy for us to organize them in the order that I sent them. You should also keep track of the letters that you're mailing and when you mail them, and you should keep track of when you receive letters. It's just easier that way so that you know which day you mailed what and when he should be getting it and when he might be able to respond to you back pertaining to the letter you sent on which day. Because if you're mailing every day, things get very confusing and you forget what you said, and sometimes like he wrote me back about something and I was like, did I even say that? Like, I don't even remember writing about that. In every letter, I also send him an envelope, in the envelope, and so this envelope, I sent this to him in mine. And I sent him a piece of loose leaf paper. He did walk with envelopes and paper, but the envelopes he walked with are these envelopes, and they're significantly smaller than these. And just in case he wanted to write more, I sent him mine too. I told him he didn't have to use them if he didn't want to. If this was easy, if writing smaller notes was easier for him, then I would understand. But every time I've sent these, he's used them and sent them back to me. Something else that's really good to do is to do the return address labels. It's a lot easier than them writing out your entire name and your entire address and then having to write out their entire return address as well. So even though these are supposed to be return labels, they can use them to mail it to you, and it comes like, all my letters have come like this, and it's worked fine for me. It was actually advised to us to do this, so if you have them, like my mom gets so many of these things in the mail, if you have them, I would send them to him for him to use them. it's a lot easier than having to write the entire mailing address, even though he did that on this one, I don't know why. It's a lot easier than having to write the entire mailing address and the return address. Instead, he just has to stick on the sticker, stick on the stamp, and then write his thing right here. That's very efficient. In some of the envelopes, actually, I write everything out for him, but I like seeing his handwriting, so I prefer if he writes it. I don't know. So I was so happy that he's able to receive these letters and read them. I wasn't sure if he only had time to read on Sunday, and he was reading like 6 million letters from all of his like family and loved ones and friends, but that's not the case, which is wonderful. Another piece of advice for when you're writing letters. I write a letter, and then on the letter, I put Post-it notes with questions and questionnaires. So these were the questions, and then he answered them in his letter. And inside here was the questionnaire, which I just put questions and answers with boxes that he could check off. So he could check off the answer that he wants. And I'm doing a mini questionnaire just because I like actually writing the letters and just telling him how I'm doing and how I hope he's doing. But there are family members of recruits that write like an entire questionnaire with like 7 questions, and their recruits have told them that is actually a lot easier for them, it's faster for them, and they still get to let their family know how they're doing. So I definitely advise you to do some sort of a questionnaire. I think they like it. I know my boyfriend had fun with it. I was like, do you need soap? And he's like, no, I need you. Tell me that's not adorable. Anyway, so yes, the questionnaire is a really good one. When you write letters, don't send envelope cards that make noise or music or sing or dance or talk. They can't dance. What am I talking about? Those aren't allowed. I read on an article a while back, a couple weeks back now, that I think it's allowed in the later weeks, but I wouldn't take the chance to get your recruit in trouble. Also, don't send anything with glitter. Don't decorate your envelope with pom-poms or anything like that. It's just a plain white envelope and a plain piece of paper. That's it. That's all you can send. However, I did watch a YouTube video, and somebody mentioned that you cannot spray your letters with perfume, but I spray all my letters with perfume, and I think that's adorable, and I think it's like a really sentimental thing. And my boyfriend wrote me back and told me like when he read the letter he could smell me, and so I know he got it without a problem. So as long as you're not like drenching the envelope in your perfume, if you're just spritzing the letter, I don't think it should be a problem. Another thing is pictures. My boyfriend had asked me to send him pictures. Mind you, I sent him with a stack of pictures this thick. There's like 107 of them. I don't understand why he needs more, but I guess he wanted new ones. However, with the Coast Guard, I cannot talk about other branches of military because I have not looked into what they want or don't want pertaining to mail. The Coast Guard did not advise you to send loose photos because they don't have storage for it. So I send all my pictures, I have a Mac, so I send all my pictures I put them on a Pages document, and I write something at the top, and then I print it out and I mail it to him that way. That's how I send him pictures. I haven't gotten a response because I only did that last week, so he just received it probably, but he hasn't told me if he got it or not yet, but I'm sure they'll give it to him. The only thing you cannot send to Coast Guard recruits in boot camp is like articles, sports information you can't send, loose pictures, nude pictures, anything that can be taken away. Don't send like a letter opener, because when they feel around in the envelope or whatever, that's going to be like super suspicious and your recruit will get in trouble. The other way that the people in the Facebook group suggest to do it is to use the Sandbox app. I don't have any experience using the Sandbox app because I'm 75% sure to use the Sandbox app you have to type your letter and you can attach a picture, and then there's like a part on the bottom that they can tear off and write back to you, and it's like the postage is already paid for. I just don't like that. I don't know. You have to pay for it, which, I mean, I guess you have to pay to mail this too, but I don't know how much you have to pay for it, but you have to pay for it. And I don't really like the typing of the notes. I love seeing his handwriting, so I can only imagine that he must love seeing mine and his, whoever else is writing him. So I just don't think Sandbox is a very sentimental option. But it's there if you want to send pictures. I know a lot of families in the Coast Guard group actually make postcards on their phone and send their children or their loved ones their postcard, and I think that's very very creative. I just don't have anything to send a postcard about. Like, I've been going to university and coming home and sleeping. That's all I've been doing with my phone. Write every single day. Write 6 times a day. Here, I will read word for word what my recruit said. When they yell my last name during the mail, my heart starts racing because I know someone wrote to me. I love that. I think that writing is such an essential part of them making it through this, because they have lost, like, they have no privacy. They have no time to themselves. They have no time to even have their thoughts to themselves. They have, not that they've lost so much, they feel like so much less of a person, that I assume when they get these letters, it's like that little piece of humanity that they have left, you know, that they do have family, they are coming back home to us. It's only 4 more weeks or 5 more weeks or whatever it may be. It's not long. So write every single day. Next piece of advice I have is when it comes to actually mailing letters. I, in the beginning, was only mailing once a week. And I got one letter from him saying that he wasn't receiving, or he hadn't received any of my letters in a while. And here is why. Because I would be mailing an envelope with 7 letters the next Monday. So it wouldn't get to him, so it would be like the week of the 17th through the week of the 18th through the 24th, and it wouldn't get to him until the 27th, because I'd mail it on Monday, and it would still take an additional 3 extra days to get there. So he was literally not getting letters from me for a week and a half. That's pretty rough. That's got to be hard. And I didn't realize that until afterwards. But what I was trying to do was try to keep him from getting overburdened with people writing him, because he's got a huge family. But it seems like he likes when we all write him, and he just likes hearing his name called. So we've all been writing him every day now, and sometimes we write him more than once a day. And I think he just appreciates that we're thinking about him. And I think that's what's the most important thing. That even if you don't get a letter back, you make sure you're writing them. Or even you can even write letters to a recruit and, like, not address it to anybody, and it will go to a recruit that it needs a letter. The company commanders know who needs letters, who doesn't receive them. So if you want to send some inspirational words to just any recruit in boot camp, you can also do that, and I think that'd be really sweet. I haven't done it yet, but I plan to. In my letters, he told me that they receive mail every night, and every night they get time to read and write, but sometimes they get more time to write than other nights. He says every night, I'm pretty sure it's only Mondays, or maybe they do have, I don't think they only receive letters Monday through Friday, but maybe they have time to write every night. That's what he said, that he has time to write every night. I've been sending my recruit stamps every week, so you should also know that you're going to spend so much money in these little 47-cent things, because, like, between him, he's not writing a lot. So honestly, he probably doesn't need all the stamps that I sent him, but just in case he wants to write all, like, his other family whenever he gets the time, I send him tons of stamps. I, however, on the other hand, use like 5 times the amount of stamps, because some days I send like 2 to 3 letters. It's insane how the money for these little things can add up, but it is worth it, because when I get one of these back in the mail, my heart, like, it's like holding gold in my hands. So, as I was saying, that's all I've got. Week 1, I didn't hear from him. Week 2, I didn't hear from him. I got my first letter the middle of week 3, and I got my first set of letters the beginning of week 3, and I got my second set of letters during week 4. So week 1 and 2 go by, and you do not hear from your recruit after the last phone call that they get when they get to Cape May. So you just gotta hang in there. I know some families don't ever hear from them. Some families in the Facebook group haven't heard from their recruits at all yet, and that's got to be hard. But the way I think about it is if my recruit is using his time to study, or to make sure his uniform is clean and ironed, or to make sure his rack is made properly, whatever their responsibilities are, I would rather them be doing that than writing me. So don't get upset if they're not writing you, because it's a lot of work on them. And maybe they just, if they do have any free time, I've heard they can't relax. But if they're using that time for something better, just trust that everything's okay. I think that's the best advice that I have. Subscribe if you like my videos, and give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and I'll be seeing you soon.